You are now tuned in to The Money Zone with your host, Folasade Ayegbusi, the accountant for entrepreneurs. The time is now, your future waits, your money matters, make no mistake, it's not too late to dominate, so don't delay, get your money straight. The money zone, together we'll achieve your goals, we're building wealth, you're not alone, so don't delay, get your money straight.
Hey guys, welcome back. It's your girl Folasade, the host of The Money Zone. I'm so excited, guys, to be back here with you guys today on this beautiful, I must admit, beautiful Tuesday here in Maryland. Like, honestly, I thought I was going to be able to just wear a short sleeve and like keep going. It's like so beautiful. Then it started to rain and then everything went down here after that. Like, but on a good note, well, is this a good note? No. Well, it's a good note, guys. The award show went well. We had a blast. I didn't have my show last week, so hopefully you guys missed me. I missed you guys last week. But since we've been gone, I don't know about you, it's just been a lot going on, right? Okay, so today's Money Zone, we're talking about the deadly coronavirus. And then we also talking about these tax due dates that are approaching very quickly. I think it's 6 days left now for you to get your S Corp tax return in and your partnership tax return in, right? So that's what we're talking about here on the Money Zone. So guys, we're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back. guys, welcome back. I know you're probably wondering, for all of you that's live, that's watching on Radio Network, you guys do not get to see the production aspect of it, but some of my people on Instagram, you guys kind of see me talking to Trump and stuff behind the scenes, which is actually really good. So when you guys start your own radio show, you kind of know, especially if you're doing it by yourself like me. So I'm like my own producer, my own everything, right? Because it's just me. But that's not what we talk about today. We talk about this impact of this coronavirus. It's okay. So let's take a step back. Did y'all see that meme that's going around talking about, oh, every time there's an election year, there's some type of disease that happened, right? So come to find out, right now we are in the 2020 election year, and Donald Trump is up for re-election. And, you know, like normal, it's always some type of panic or frantic activity or some type of occurrence that happens right in the election year. Now, I can recall multiple things happening, but as everybody said, well, with the meme have been scrolling on the internet, is that everybody talking about different viruses always happen during election years, but that's not also always the case. What about the rise in the unemployment rate and the stock market and 401ks going down? It's just always been something when it's around this election time. So look, I don't know what you expected, but I ain't expect this, y'all. Did y'all expect this? Okay. So right now, there's a virus called the coronavirus. All of us know about it. It happens like flu-like symptoms. You cough, you get sick. It's transferred to hand touches and, you know, like a flu-like virus. But the problem is people are dying from it. And it's a global epidemic. And there's no cure to it. So right now, simply because there's no cure to it, just like it's a cure to the flu and stuff like that, the government isn't in control. None of us are in control. So we're just like, oh my gosh, panicking. So what happens? When society panics in any respect that has a monetary impact on society, it's going to impact the stock market. It's going to impact the economy in some form or fashion. So that's exactly what's happening. So because the United States and all of the countries that are hit with this epidemic right now are not in control, we don't have a cure, we don't have a solution. All we thinking about is quarantining everybody. Right now, investor confidence is extremely low. Investors are also concerned as to what this is going to do for business. What is this going to do for sales? So that's basically what we're talking about. So Trump, are you almost ready for us? Yep. So you guys, I'm about to show you one of my clients, Tavon Jackson. He's a financial advisor. And he sent it to me to send to my email list, and I'm going to show you guys basically what you should be doing or could be doing or need to protect yourself and do in the future if a situation like this was to happen again. So Trump, if you can take it away.
Have now wiped out nearly $3.4 trillion in value. Melanie has more on that.
And that's right, Adriana. Lots and lots of jitters on Wall Street, and investors are wondering what to do. They're seeing their portfolios go down in value, and now people are having to make choices about whether they should go out to dinner, should they go on airplanes, eat in restaurants, even go out to the movies. Well, all of that impacts the economy. And local financial professional Tavon Jackson from New Perspective Wealth Management in Fort Washington is here today to share what you need to know during this very turbulent time. Good to see you, Tavon.
Thanks for having me.
Welcome back. Yeah, this has been a bad week for anybody who has any investments. Put this in perspective for us. Is this historic, this drop?
Well, this is something that people have not seen before. People are scared to fly. People are scared to cruise. And a lot of these businesses are dependent on China shipping their goods, and they're not even shipping them anymore. So people are afraid. We've had 3 straight days of market drops, and people don't know when it's going to end, so whether it's going to get worse or get better. So
people are uneasy, and you know, anybody who's got a 401k is been
Sure.
investing for years. They're looking at the value drop, and they're concerned. But now is not the time to be emotional about how you invest, right?
Yeah, being emotional is normal, but what a lot of people do is they make short-term decisions on their long-term money. So people who are 50 and under, they actually have an amazing opportunity because every 2 weeks, their money is going directly from their paycheck into their 401k. So this is called dollar cost averaging. So when the market's down, when that money goes into the 401k, you're actually buying more. So think of it like a Black Friday sale. When things go on sale, you buy it. But unfortunately, when people are scared, what do? When the market drops, they want to pull it out. And that's the worst thing to do. And if you're 50 and older, this is completely different. The last thing that you want to hear is, oh, the market's going to come back up. You're getting close to retirement. You don't want to hear that. So people don't realize that we've been on a historic stock market run since 2008. 12 straight years of great market returns. So think of it like a casino. If you are at the casino, you're at a hot table, then we've been on that hot table rolling 7-Elevens for 12 straight years. When are you going to leave the table? People don't know when. So we really educate our clients on how they can actually secure those gains and make sure that they don't have to worry about any of the volatility of the market.
So you really can't time the market.
You can't time it at all.
No.
People think they can, but you can't.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are you advising your clients?
So what most of my clients are doing is, as I mentioned, they had these historic gains since 2008. 90% of investors do not know that they can actually insure their retirement accounts. They can insure it. So you insure your car, you insure your house, you insure your cell phone. Why not insure your retirement? So the investment that a lot of people are interested in right now is what's called a fixed index annuity. The way that works is stock market. It's the stock market. It's the mutual funds wrapped around the insurance policy. So if the market goes up, you're going to continue to go up with it. If the market goes down, you do zero. You don't make anything. You don't lose anything. So take a look at your portfolio. See what you've made since 2008. Take some of those profits off the table, lock it in.
Oh, perfect. So, guys, if you are tuned in on RadioNetwork.com or on Facebook or Periscope, which we're all streaming, as well as Amazon and a few other places, you probably just saw the screen where I had one of my colleagues' video there playing, talking about what not to do. So many of you are scared right now. You're very scared right now, and honestly, your financial advisor may not have been able to return your phone call because so many people are calling, so they're just overwhelmed. So right now, you do not want to go ahead on and start pulling out your money. I've heard so many people say, you know what, I'm just going to let my mattress be my bank account. I'm just going to go ahead on and get me a safe. No. That's not an option. If all of you were to pull out your money, then definitely the market will crash. The market is depending on you guys retaining and keeping your money in your account so it can now recover. But if you all were to withdraw your funds, it's just going to make the whole market situation worse. So right now, businesses are being plagued with this issue, and it's getting deeper. And I honestly believe that most business owners don't even understand the impact and the long-term impact that this coronavirus is going to be doing or has done to their business. For example, right now, brick and mortar sales have already been dying, right? They're saying brick and mortars are the dying breed of business, right? So if, the coronavirus didn't happen, you would have went to the movies this weekend. You would have went and done some shopping. Tax time is here. Everybody have some money right now. It's fun for everything. But all I'm hearing everybody talking about, look, I'm just going to order my food in. I'm not going anywhere. So if that's you, if you are the type right now, you told your boss, I will see you in 2 weeks. Well, no, you probably went to work. But outside of work and your normal routine, you are staying in the home. If that is you, give me a call, 301-232-5700. And the reason why I want you to give me a call, because you may not know this, us not living our normal lifestyles and day to day, it's going to have a negative impact on the economy much worse than this coronavirus. I'm going to be honest with you. If all of us was to never spend $1 for one day, do you know we can have fall into a recession? No one ever tells you guys this. But if money don't circulate, we have a problem. And if you guys are scared and you're staying in the house and you don't want to go to the movies, you don't want to go shopping, you don't want to go to the restaurant, you don't want to buy from the Chinese joint, you don't want to go get your nails and stuff done. And if you guys see my nails right now, you be like, Folasade, you talk about us being scared of the coronavirus. You ain't gonna get your nails done yet. No. Okay. But no, I don't want to get my nails done again. But no, outside of that, none of us want to go out. So if that's the case, then what's the impact? It can have a billion-dollar impact on small businesses. And not even small, even franchises, because remember, franchises are somewhat independently owned as well. There are a lot of franchisees, so they're individual owners like myself that own a few 7-Elevens, that owns a few McDonald's, that owns a few movie theaters or so. Whatever the case may be, guys, just stay with your normal lifestyle. I know you're scared. You guys have not strapped up yet, and they say AIDS is out there. Come on now, and you can die from AIDS as well. But it's seeming to see that no one is strapping up. So if you're going to put your face goggles on, make sure you go and buy condoms today as well, right? Okay? Because you didn't stay in the house when they said AIDS, and we know AIDS is out there. So don't stay in the house right now. It's going to have a negative impact on the economy. But I'm going to jump down and skip a few steps. Honestly, though, Trump, because I want to go into Donald Trump, because everybody was wondering, what is Donald Trump going to be doing? What type of stimulus package is he going to end up doing? What type of program will he incorporate when this type of situation happens? So Donald Trump, your president, right, went on ahead and came out yesterday and said that he's going to incorporate a payroll type stimulus. A payroll initiative. So he's basically saying, can you see the article there at the bottom? Okay. Oh, no, scroll down. Yep, keep going. Why is it doing that? I don't know, but on mine is white. So basically, Trump's stimulus, he's considering, and he's pitching this now. Well, not even pitching it. They're brainstorming on the impact that this may have on the overall economy. But they're incorporating a 0% payroll tax cut. So they're basically saying, hey, no employee, no company pay payroll taxes. No payroll taxes. Okay? And so I'm sitting there thinking, because, at my company here in Suncrest, we provide payroll services to small businesses. And I'm like, okay, so if Trump going to incorporate a payroll stimulus, how is this going to roll over? Because payroll also impacts income tax. So if you guys don't know, and I didn't even think that I would have to go into a deep dive like this, I probably would have broke it down a little bit further. For you to be able to claim any taxes on your tax return, right, it either is paid via your check, your employer withholds it from your check, or as a business owner, you pay it, separately via estimated tax payments, or you submit it with your extension, right? Those are the ways that the IRS get taxes on your behalf. If Donald Trump was to incorporate this payroll stimulus, right, how would this impact all you guys' tax refunds and stuff for next year? Because he's basically saying that nobody will have to pay Social Security, Medicaid taxes, even the employees and employers, nobody, right? So what will happen? What will be the end result? Will they now change the tax forms or implement some new regs that say, no taxes on income? It's bogus. It's no way possible. Trump is a smart business person, and he knew he needed to say something to actually show the investors that he's in control and to actually stop the economy and the stock market from failing any further. They are not going to allow a payroll. It's too complicated. So we already just adjusted all of the tax forms for his new law, the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. The IRS is still catching up, still putting out regs, still adjusting forms. Now he's coming up with this bright idea for a stimulus package to cut back on Social Security, Medicare taxes. So politics is saying, and Trump, you can go, oh, you saying it's dark. Dang. Okay, so politics is saying, oh, well, this is going to impact the eligibility or the retirement age for Social Security and Medicare. This is also going to impact the trust and the funding of the trust for the Social Security account and all that stuff. And me, from my side, Folasade's side, I don't care about what they're saying the impact is, because they're just printing money anyway, okay? There's nothing back in the U.S. dollar too much anyway. The problem I'm seeing is, how is this going to impact the everyday person? Yes, this sounds good that they won't be able to, they don't have to pay those taxes, but in all actuality, are they going to be forced to repay those taxes at the end of the year? Is it just a delay? Is it just some ploy to increase consumer confidence, again, to say, oh, okay, you know what, if my boy Trump going to do X, Y, Z, and I may not have to pay taxes right now, then I'm good. But I don't see the end outcome of that. I only can see it happening twofold. Either they try to completely incorporate a new law, forms, regs, policy, all of that stuff before next year tax season, right? Or you guys end up owing the money that they delayed you in paying. And so how do you think, how would you feel if Trump implemented the 0%, $0 payroll tax cut stimulus, right, to beef up the economy since this coronavirus impact, negative impact on the stock market and the overall global economy? How would you feel if this was to happen? The latter, where you owe money at the end of the year, or guess what? We don't owe anything and he changed the regs. Give me a call, 301-232-5700. So guys, what we're about to do, we're going to just take a quick little break and then we'll be right back. guys, welcome back. My stomach is over here growling so much, guys. Look, this is the life though. Tax season is here. So it's been extremely busy for me and my team, but then I'm starting to get that flow with business now. Like for years and years, tax season been like crazy like that for me, right? But this year it's a good little flow. I'm getting close to deadlines and stuff like that, but I'm not like stressed and overwhelmed and feeling overworked. And I'm excited. So that's kind of like part of business growth. But outside of me, we were talking about the coronavirus and the overall impact that it's having on the economy. So advice number one, do not take out any money. Yes, contact your financial advisor, see what's happening, check on your account. And as Tavon said, you guys want to definitely reach out to him. Go get them. He said index something funds or something like that. I can probably put the exact name of it on my platform or Instagram or something, on Facebook or something, for you guys to see the actual name. But give him a call if you guys have any questions at all. But back to the reality of this virus and the fact that your boy Trump is talking about doing a zero-back stimulus payroll tax cut. It's not going to happen. Now, if it do happen, I'll be surprised, but it's just going to be complicated. Too many hands, too many pots. You talk about the Medicare Trust Fund, Social Security Trust Fund. You talking about every different layer to what they've been trying to protect for so many years. So I doubt that that situation would occur. But outside of this, honestly, from the business standpoint, this just showed me that you cannot rely on one manufacturer, one vendor, one anything. You actually always have to have backups. So for all of my online influencers right now that can no longer get any product from China, or because they're not shipping out anything, or you're manufacturing in Germany or Italy or something, you guys need to find other alternatives too. So if this situation was to happen again, how would you produce? How would you make money? And so businesses can actually close their doors in situations like this. I've seen it happen where one rare occurrence like this, because the business was not prepared at all, guess what? They fumbled. But one solution many of you don't understand is that you guys can get insurance to cover these losses. So if you don't have business insurance, okay, you may want to check into it, but you want to make sure that your business insurance have business income and income loss. What do they call it? Not a rider, a pearl. Okay, I used to be an insurance agent years ago. You can tell I'm retired. Is it a pearl? Yeah, one of those. So I asked them, say, hey, I want to get my business income insured. And so they will ask you to send your financial statements. You may have to send them quarterly or annually, just so they can make sure that you have the right policy to cover the total amount of revenue that your business earned. But in this particular case, one of my recommendations is for you guys to get business income loss liability insurance. It may be an additional $10 or $15 per month, but it is so worth it in situations like this. And so it happens where, let's say you cannot get to your restaurant for over 2 weeks and you have to close down. Your insurance policy will pay you for the revenue that they anticipated that you would make in that 2 weeks' time. Okay? So that's one case. So let's use this coronavirus thing. So let's say you can't get back to the restaurant, or it's contaminated. So the insurance will cover the contamination, but it will also cover the insurance losses if you have the right coverage. So if I were you, especially for all of my small business owners, make sure you contact your insurance agent and make sure you have business income losses on there. And I've even have a client, when the property flooded, it kicked in. So that type of policy is necessary in this market. Nothing is is ordinary. You expect the worst, okay? So guys, that's basically all that I have to talk about for this coronavirus. Just wash your hands, take a bath, clean your house. You know I had to be a little fun. Take care of your hygiene, do those things. But most importantly, this is the opportunity for you to understand that God is in complete control over everything, because the people that are very, very afraid, they lack faith a little bit. There's always going to be something. There's always going to be some type of disease, always something. We're not in control. So guys, we're about to go right into segment 2. So segment 2, I was like, you know what? Surprise, surprise. I was totally surprised. So let me give you guys some backstory. Many of you don't know this, but I work with a lot of small business owners, a lot of small businesses, okay? And they come to me for various reasons. They come to me to, guide them because they're just starting their business. They come to me to help them make money and grow their business, or for me to just do their taxes or consulting. It just depends, because I'm very multifaceted when it comes down to my expertise. But this particular client was amazing. He called the office. He was like, Folasade, I saw you on Instagram, or I saw you online, and I want to work with you. He said, my stuff is jacked up. I really don't know if it was done right or whatever. And I was like, okay, cool. He was like, it's multiple years. Could you just review everything? Okay. And I was like, okay, I'll review everything. I said, it's going to require you to pay my consultation fee for me to review it. And if you decide to move forward, I'll apply, a portion of it to the work that I have to do in your account. So he go ahead on and set up his consult with me, brought his paperwork to the office. I come to the office, meet up with him, and I reviewed his tax paperwork. Come to find out, this person was fed incorrect advice. And many of you that's watching me right now were also fed the same incorrect advice. So one advice that the client told me that the previous accountant said was that, oh, well, since he didn't make any money in his partnership, right? Since there wasn't much activity in his partnership, right, then he's not required to file the return. And I'm like, that don't sound right. But I'm not the one that's going to always second guess an accountant. Like, I knew it wasn't right. And I told him, I said, hey, that's not right. And I'm going to pull up the pubs and the regs and everything for you. So we in the office, and I say, okay, hey, here's what it is. You have to file the return. So I highlighted the code, screenshotted it to him and everything. The client nearly died. So come to find out, the old accountant told him that he didn't have to do the tax return, so the tax return was never prepared. So fast forward to meeting with me a month ago. So I say, hey, such and such, we need to prepare the return. So he retained me to do it. And then he also retained me to do the other tax return for the business, guys, that he tried to do on his own on TurboTax. So many of you get these partnerships and these S-corps, and you forget that they're much more complicated than just running your LLC, and you try to do it via TurboTax, and it doesn't work out. So in this client particular case, that's exactly what happened. So long story short, Trump, if you can show the image that you just received. So long story short, my client received a $4,400 penalty, $4,400 penalty, right, for filing the partnership return late. And he only had 2 partners, himself, and one other person. And the IRS hit him with a $4,400 penalty fee. So why am I talking about this today? Because many of you that's trying to operate your small business and you're trying to cheap out so many different areas. You've heard that you could bootstrap your businesses. You've heard that you can use QuickBooks and you don't need an accountant to do your bookkeeping. You've heard that you can use TurboTax to do your taxes and you don't need an accountant. And let's really be frank, guys, all of that is just a ploy to try to make money. They're entrepreneurs just like you and I. They said, you know what? It's not fair that only accountants can use tax software or bookkeeping software. So we're going to just make it available to the public. That's all that they did. The IRS never changed the regulations or the code. The AICPA never change any of the standards and procedures. And you as the business owner must comply with both generally accepted accounting principles for your bookkeeping and the IRS, the Internal Revenue Code Section 26 for your taxes. So I'm bringing this to your attention because this client here, all he had to do was number one, not use TurboTax. So he had two problems. He gained bad advice from his accountant. So lesson to you is that even if your partnership does not make money, if it has any type of activities happening, you need to file that return. So that's lesson number one for you guys here, right? And then lesson number two, that not every accountant know everything. And sometimes it takes for you to get in situations like this to end up stepping out on faith. And that accountant, he said it, he's not well versed in business tax returns. So why am I talking about this today on the Money Zone on Radio Network, right? It's because a lot of you think that you can do your taxes on your own, and it takes for you to understand business taxes to even do business taxes. But many of you don't even have a high school diploma or a college degree in accounting or taxes or anything like that, but you want to do your taxes to your partnership or you want to do your taxes for your S Corp. It's not worth it. That client would have only paid me about $900 to do his partnership return. However, he went to TurboTax to try to do it for $120 and now has gotten hit with a $4,400 penalty. Is it worth $4,400? That person could have saved that much money fourfold, threefold, if he would have just paid me to do it from the beginning. He would have only spent the $900 or something odd dollars to get his taxes done. He wouldn't have spent or have to pay $4,400 to the IRS. So lesson number two, pay attention to your due dates. If you know you're not able to file your tax return in a timely manner, call an accountant, send them the $50 or whatever they want for the extension and pay the extension fee. Okay? Some places may not charge you because you're a recurring client to them, but if you're going to a new professional, like if you guys want to just all of a sudden come work with me, this is your first year with me, I will make you pay the $50 extension fee. Okay? And most professionals may too, because it takes us some time to put the extension together and we have to do it, type your information, we have to do some work to do it. It's not just, they want an extension, right? We don't do that, right? But in that particular case, it saves you a lot of money. It actually saves you that late filing penalty charge, okay? So automatically, by filing your extensions this year, even if you're not going to get your tax returns in a timely manner, it's required to save you the late filing penalty. In this particular case, the client got hit twice. He got hit with the $210 late filing penalty, right? And he also got hit with the $4,400 late return fee. because his partners needed the K-1 to prepare their taxes. So in addition to the business tax returns being late, the personal tax returns were late. Okay? So guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and then I'll be right back. Hey guys, welcome back. So look, me and Trump was in here just talking really quick behind the scenes, and he was saying like the only disease that he would be afraid of if the disease was airborne. And that just made me really think about something. What if there was an airborne disease? What are we prepared? So I don't know if this is like our emergency preparedness, where this is our opportunity to prepare for a nuclear warfare or airborne warfare or something happening. What will we do in situations like this? But on a good note, guys, I just want to kind of leave us on a positive note for all my small business owners. It is just so much easier if you guys just decided to just do your stuff the right way. Like, yes, you may not have everything. And yes, you're going to have to bootstrap. Yes, you're going to have to make a t-shirt out of a brown paper bag. Yes, you're going to have to make some things happen, right? But that doesn't mean that you have to sacrifice the quality of your work, right? The quality of your work, your standards, and also your product, your end result to your client, to be able to be successful. I'm finding a lot of people are out here scamming people out here online just to make a quick buck. And from a business perspective, how do you guys sleep at night? Like, how do you sleep at night? So my advice to all you newbies out there, don't take shortcuts. Don't take shortcuts. Don't try to buy in anybody's program saying that they're going to make you rich overnight. Don't expect a miracle to happen unless you are expecting to execute on a level that you are known to never have been able to get to. So that means you're executing on a very, very, very high level. However, just because you're executing on a very, very high level, that doesn't mean that God is going to produce results from your labor. This is one of my recent lessons that I learned. We are only required to put it out there. We do not have a guarantee that it's going to pop. But all we can do is remain faithful, optimistic, and work our butt off and execute on the ideas until we find the idea, or until God blesses us with the idea, or until he make the idea pop off that will get you to that well-known place or to your desire. So let's use me for example. Everybody's an accountant. Like it feel like it. But if you really go to these little small towns, there's not really too many black female accountants out here. It's not. But on Instagram and Facebook and everything else, it seems like it's a lot, right? And so all of us are doing our own thing on our own time. And I always have to stay focused on what I am working on and what I'm doing. So I'm the accountability accountant, right? Nobody on Instagram better not pop up and talk about they the accountability account, right? That's number one, right? But am I supposed to now consider myself to be the biz accountant or this accountant? Or am I going to stay in my lane of me holding my clients accountable and me making sure they get to the bag? Point blank period, because that's what I help them do. Then I make sure they save money on the end. So why am I saying all of this? Just stay focused on your lane. Yes, when you look outside the window, it look like it's a lot of cars driving in the same direction, fighting to get in the same lane that you are in. And that's not the case. There are lanes for each and every one of you that's watching or listening to me right now. You may have not stepped into what you're supposed to be doing right now or your lane. So if your lane is you are the small business guru because you're good at analyzing Facebook ads and you can turn their ads from broken mess to 6 figures, then that's you. If you know you help couples reignite their love lives because you had a struggling marriage and now you and your husband got it popping and y'all hashtag relationship goals, that's what brings you value to your coaching. It's because of your turmoil, your history. Neither one of us, you can put the same book in front of each one of us and we're all going to assess it differently, analyze it differently, and interpret it differently based on our own circumstances. So that means you can't be a copycat, sis, unless you just straight copycat. You are unique. Your business is unique. You just have to use your personal experiences. You didn't go through all of the hell that you're facing all these years to not use it today. Everything that you've learned up until this moment that we are talking right now was required for you to be where we are right now. The lack of friends, the lack of relationships, whatever the case may be, you struggled, you didn't have a mom, you didn't have a dad, whatever the case may be, all of that, right, gives you and makes you who you are. So instead of trying to become something that you're not, watching everybody talk about they got the wave and you don't, you have the wave, go and put your own personal experiences on the board and let the waves move you to where you're supposed to be going. So stay focused and hustle hard, but don't be duplicating nothing. You are unique. All right, guys. So I will see you guys next week. We will have some amazing content. I got a lot of stuff that I said I'm going to put out all my arsenal on y'all now because I had to kind of like get it together. But look, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Folasade the Accountant, and don't forget to tell a friend about the Money Zone. So, guys, I will see you all next week. All right? And I had like 2 minutes and I didn't realize it, but it's